Hi, it's Nikki here. I wanted to talk today about the link between menopause symptoms and thyroid because I'm seeing a lot of women going to the doctor thinking it's menopause and often is, that's fine, maybe being put on HRT or other treatments and not getting their thyroid properly checked. So let me just explain what I'm talking about. So we know the common symptoms of menopause, fatigue, the weight gain, the brain fog, anxiety, hair loss, temperature changes, joint pain, all of that stuff. So classic symptoms of perimenopause. So when you go to your doctor with those kind of symptoms, any of which or multiple symptoms, it's going to, and you're in the right age group, it's going to kind of present as menopause. But what's less commonly discussed is our thyroid issues. And they can actually cause very similar symptoms. So this overlap is often then mixed up and misdiagnosed. So, and particularly for those women are already on HRT and they're not quite feeling still right, there may be an undiagnosed thyroid issue going on. So, why do these issues overlap? Well, your thyroid gland is absolutely critical in regulating your metabolism, your energy, your temperature, your mood, your brain health, your hair, your skin, pretty much everything, because it's top to toe. And issues can become more common as we age, and particularly in women. And at the same time, we've got falling estrogen and progesterone during menopause, and that's affecting every bodily system as well, from your sleep to your brain function, etc. Which means that the symptoms can look remarkably similar. So, what are the symptoms that overlap? Well, both menopause, falling estrogen, falling sex hormones, and thyroid dysfunction can, particularly low thyroid, I'm talking about, not high, can result in things like persistent fatigue, unexplained weight gain, or difficulty losing weight, brain fog, or lack of focus, or lack of motivation, low mood, anxiety, or feeling like emotionally flat, hair loss, thinning hair, changes in temperature regulation, so either hot or cold, so flushes, night sweats, or feeling cold all the time, particularly your hands and feet, joint or muscle pain and stiffness, dry skin, itchy skin, puffy skin. And then if you've still got a cycle, it might be irregular or absent or heavy or painful. So there's a lot of crossover. All of those symptoms could be caused by menopausal sex hormones or by low thyroid. So it's really, really important to get properly checked out so that you know which one's causing your symptoms so that you can get the right treatment, basically. So when you go to your doctor for thyroid testing, it can be quite limited because often they'll only check for TSH. I've talked about this on another video in a bit more detail. So go look up, search thyroid on my website, and you'll see the whole blog on thyroid testing. But TSH is your thyroid stimulating hormone. It's the one that is a pre-hormone, if you like. It tells the thyroid gland to produce T4, and then T4 is converted into T3. So there's a bit of a chain going on there. So when you only measure TSH, it's not going to give you a full picture of how your thyroid's working because that is not the active hormone. And even T4 doesn't give you a full picture because T4 is the pre-hormone as well. It needs to be converted into T3 by your body. And T3 is the one that actually does all the work. So you may be completely normal in TSH, may be normal in T4, but if your T3 is low, you're going to have symptoms. And T3 is not often measured. And also the other complication is antibodies. So you may have an autoimmune reaction, which is causing your thyroid to malfunction or produce less than optimal hormones. And that is often known as what is known as Hashimoto's disease. And again, your thyroid antibodies are not always checked in routine tests. So, I do encourage women anything over 50, if you've got these kind of symptoms, not just to say, okay, well, it's definitely menopause, but make sure you get your thyroid checked because actually, if you leave your thyroid undiagnosed and it's low for a long, long time, it can increase the risk of things like heart disease and other things. So, and it's not going to make you feel great. So get your thyroid properly checked. There's many blood tests out there that can do a full pathway for you. We offer thyroid testing with obviously all the interpretation and support that you need on top of that. What I would recommend if you're wanting to know whether it's menopause or thyroid related to get a whole body panel. So our blood check panel measures your sex hormones, so estrogen, progesterone, testosterone in the blood. It's not quite as accurate as urine testing, but it gives us a good picture. We also measure full thyroid, TSH, T4, T3, and antibodies. And we also add in all the other stuff that we need to make sure that your body's ticking over properly. So key nutrients as well, like vitamin D, so important for all your hormones as well. Magnesium and your some of your B vitamins as well. So really important testing to just like head to toe to make sure that you're functioning and to work out, where your symptoms might be coming from, because it's not always that obvious. So if you are experiencing these types of symptoms and you want to find out more about what we offer, do get in touch. Link below. And I hope you get sorted, and I hope you're well. I'll see you next time.